How's it going, guys? We're going to go back again. This is the pistol guide. As you can see, I'm not using an overly great pistol. Just max stamina and a wound across my sort of curios. You don't have to take a combat axe. I just like taking one because it's a little bit different. We'll take a shovel this game. Feats wise, you want to be running at arm's length, tactical reload, bio-optic targeting, unwavering focus, but any of those that you fancy, dead shot and sustained fire. The reason I take the stamina on the actual curios is just to get a bit more chance with dead shot. So that's the loadout. We're going to ready up. This is a tier 4 map. We're running with scriptures. I didn't want to do this on too low of a difficulty because I didn't want to have you guys just watching me killing occasional specials and it taking here or there and it being quite a boring gameplay. So tier 4s are a little bit more sort of upbeat and I'm hoping that we're about to get a bit more of a fun game out of it. Party comp wise, can't really complain. 2 veterans, an ogre and a zealot. Got some nice front line. On the higher difficulties it can be extremely difficult if you just have sort of 1 or 2, or I've had 3 psychers in a game before and you've just got absolutely 0 front line. So I'm hoping this should be a bit more interesting. I'll commentate the whole sort of game, my decisions, what sort of specials I kill. You may hear me go a little bit silent here or there because even at 300 hours in I still have to concentrate if we get stuck in some bad situations. I apologise for any light flashing that might pop up. For some reason Darktide really doesn't get on with my OBS. It doesn't do it on any other game, it just seems to be Darktide. Not sure why. And only when I'm recording for some reason. So you'll notice that obviously I play with this other player, the Zealot here, quite a lot. We brought the game together with sort of big Warhammer fans, so he does pop up in quite a few of my games. So straight away, sort of express with this build is we are purely trying to hunt specials. Straight away there, I have messed up the idea of this build. You don't want to shoot until the gun is empty. Obviously the ogre made things a little bit difficult because he's constantly knocking everything over, but you don't want to shoot all 5 bullets. You want to leave at least 1 in because you want the faster reloading. I'll shoot these just to give an explanation. No, 2 bullets in, you get that 20% extra on your feet. It does help on a gun like the Revolver, which has an extremely long reload time. That dog apparently was not interested. We're going to try and break down some of these shooters. I don't normally say waste your ammo killing shooters, but it does help. I'm going to drop down because all these have dropped down. Going to get my shovel out and absolutely beat to death that dog. I'm sure a Kriegsman somewhere is extremely happy. Say that I am still waiting on my Krieg skin. I'm guessing this mutant's going to... Oh, I didn't sidestep it in time. A misplay by myself, but luckily managed to clean up. I'm going to deal with that. The Bulwark, I'm not an absolute specialty at killing. You know, I don't have the Ogrin perk on. We can hear a Demon Host, which, if I'm honest, I would rather avoid. If the Ogrin's got the shield, I know he can infinitely tank it, but it's a lot of corruption that I would rather not receive, if I'm honest. As you can see, this is a very low power revolver. I mean, we're talking about 400 power and it's purple. But everyone knows with how the orangey the shop is, finding a good weapon can sometimes be quite difficult. I've got 170 games on the sharpshooter, plus I had a level 30 sharpshooter before this, so I'm probably nearing the sort of 200 game mark, and I have a high power bolter at 515, a lasgun at 511 with good stats, but I've not got a massive amount of really extreme high power weaponry, and a lot of those I have upgraded myself from the shop. While they're staggered with. Put the bullets in. You know, we're still doing a lot of damage. We want to pick off the rages, even when our ability runs out. But as you can see there, we really do not want to be spending every shot as we're getting. That perk's a real waste that we put on. I call it perk because that had too much Vermintide, but feats are what they're called in this, and I will try to remember the name of it. But if I call them perks, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I have sometimes thought that maybe this build would be a lot more effective with the shooter perk or even the Ogrin one, but I like the reload on using the ability. I think it's very nice. It really does help, and I think it's nice to keep in the background just to be able to pick off and again just get those ammo back up. You know, it's a very sort of reload heavy. Straight away you don't want to be doing what I've been doing, where I am just pressing my ability willy-nilly. I'm also trying to get used to the build, and if you press it willy-nilly you're not getting the reload because your magazine's already full. So in times like this we're just going to throw a grenade to stagger some of the specials and the elites, just to knock them over. Help him because he seems to be struggling with that Poxwalker. But just like that, you know, we're just getting little bits done. And everyone that sees the revolver in my hand is probably thinking that I'm going for the penance, even though I do already have it. But I do like the cosmetics for the veteran. I've bought a bit too many of them. But at the end of the day, I'll pop it again. I thought there might have been a shotgunner with them. There wasn't. But again, as you see, I should have put shots in them first. Reloaded. Get rid of that sniper. Most hated special by far by myself. The amount of damage they can deal is insane, and they get some of the best pivot spots in the game where you just don't see them until they take a shot and then bang. Last thing you want. So I'd like to know if you guys, you know, are just getting into the game, have a lot of hours put in the game. I am trying to theory craft a build in regards to the shotgun. I think it's got a lot of potential. I hope so anyway. That right there was a better use of my ability. You could see I straight away, obviously I'm reloading awfully here, put a couple of shots out first, and then after that I then pressed my ability to get the reloads back. You know, you go from having a 5-shot revolver that you've got to repair, all the way up to having, you know, 9 shots, 10 if you run it all the way down, because you get an automatic reload, so it's quite nice. Everyone knows this mission is going to know the Ogren's going to run for it, but there is flamers, dogs, snipers that can spawn. So I'm just going to give him a little bit of cover. He seems to be struggling over there, but oh yeah, I thought so. Always save a grenade or two, purely just to get them off. Nice little contract finish there, not going to complain. I thought I had my shovel out there, I'm not going to lie to you guys. So many of you guys that haven't caught my other videos, I used to be an absolutely huge controller player. I was a big console player growing up, so I even played Vermintide with controller, but I did say that I would submit to the sort of PC ways, and I have, while playing this game, fully invested in learning the mouse and keyboard. It does seem a lot more natural, and it's a lot more easier to aim, I do find, just for those people out that are intrigued in the major differences. A big thing about this build is it is a bit on the ammo heavy side. So if you've got an Ogrin player, if you've got a sorry, I got distracted there, having to concentrate. If you've got an Ogrin player, and say you've got a Zealot and another veteran like this, ammo suddenly gets a little bit on the hungry side. You can really tell my lack of power in this difficulty. Really not getting those high power shots. So I've got a gameplay video that I'll put up tomorrow, and you can see with this power in the difficulty 3, I was one-shotting specials with the head. In this it's taken a few more bullets. I'm not 100% accurate with the headshots, so again there is better things I could do with that. And ammo is always a bit sparser in more difficulty 4 because you're just using more of it. You know, you're really sort of pumping out those shots. That's why I can't say enough. You really want to avoid, if possible, putting ammo into shooters. Obviously the minor gunners, the big gunners, you're still wanting to put bullets in. But I say the name both, it confuses for a lot of people. Gunners in my book are just the little shooters that run around with the guns, whereas I'll normally say dread gunner or flat gunner for the obviously the bigger ones. Again, I'm not wanting to waste my ammo, they're just horde here, so I'm just going to skirt around. This is from way too much Slayer gameplay in Darktide 2, where you constantly dash side to side to try and avoid getting hit in close range weapons. It is probably not necessary, and I end up making some of you have travel sickness, so, but it really does help when it comes to sort of, it's just muscle memory. In Darktide, having to deal with big hordes, you're just constantly on the move to save you getting nicked, especially when they included beastmen. God damn, the amount of spears you used to get hit by, you had to always move. I'm going to fill the ranks a little bit because of how they're lined up. But we managed to get them done. I'm going to hide around this corner, get a reload off. Again, didn't manage to keep all my ammo down. But there is a sniper somewhere. It's alright, the zealot's got it. I'm going to go Medicaid. I have no idea. Oh, I took all this corruption from the dog. God damn, 4 shots to kill. It's a little bit on the sadder side. That's the zealot constantly reminding me I need to heal. Typical of a pre-made to, instead of moving forward, just spam that heal. But, you know, I've only got 4 shots left. Ideally, I want to save them for my ability now to sort of get a little bit of ammo back. But if I'm lucky, we'll find an ammo crate because everyone in the party is very low when it comes to ammo. The good thing about the Revolver is, obviously, you know if you played the veteran before, that killing elites, specials in its vicinity gives you ammo back. Now with the Revolver, it is a shot back. In some guns, it's really not that helpful. You know, in an auto gun, it probably gives back about as much as it takes to kill. It's not the best in those cases. But when it comes to the Revolver, it's actually not that bad. Hopefully there'll be some ammo in this chest and we will give it... We didn't really want that guy taking it, but it is what it is. Alright, let's see if there's ammo moving around. Any ammo back here in chests? No. Ideally not what you want to see at the bottom of some stairs, but we're going to try and bring them up here and deal with the crusher. Now you guys may have noticed I am using a shovel. I did say at the start, this is pure. I did not see that guy. This is purely for fun, the melee build. As you saw the other veteran, if you're going to actually be quite strong and you know it's a big difficulty and you want to be able to be a bit more useful, take the power sword. You know, if you're unsure, the power sword is always the way forwards. It deals a lot of damage. It has immense cleave even after the nerfs. And I probably could do putting a video up with that just for those new people. I'm going to press the ability. Oh, look at that, the Ogre saving me. But as I was saying before I got distracted there, the power sword's moveset I always find is a lot better to go to charge 2 heavy attacks into the charge. But I will make a video on that in the future. Right, there's that guy. We ideally need to take cover here. We're going to get a fast reload off. I can hear a shotgunner. We're going to try and thin these guys. He's going to charge me. What we're going to try and do is make enough distance to bait his charge again. And we'll put him in the ground. Now, the biggest thing is when people go down, especially with this build, remember, you are not a sort of zealot, you are not an ogre, and you do not carry much tankiness. Even if you go toughness curios, you'll be a little bit tankier, but in difficulty 4, they hurt. Especially the shooters. So when 2 people go down, instead of automatically just thinking, right, what do I need to kill? This zealot's being really nice. Instead of just thinking, you know, what can I sort of go run straight down there, help them, you need to deal with the things that downed them in the first place. You know, the ogre ran in to get the heal, so I knew he was going to go do it, but there was still shotgunners around, and you know, shotgunners are taking all of your shielding off with one hit. Now this is a bad situation. We need to go back, but for people new to the game, you want to pull the boss back, but all the shooters will get straight up. I'm going to try and take the aggro in the hope that I can pull it into a more easy space that the team can deal with, because up there is less than ideal. So we're going to pull the boss back here and try and fight it. Ideally what I want to do is I want to get its attention on me, because the zealot is the big damage dealer. That's my ammo completely out, but the zealot is the big damage dealer. I am going to have to drop, but I really don't want to drop without the zealot because there's a hound. But now I know the zealot's here, I can easily drop. These are little things, you know, that hound's going to try and pick someone up. Honestly, I didn't expect the whole board to drop there. So boss-wise, there is not much purpose in me trying to hit it, especially with a shovel. My damage is not going to be insane. The best thing I could do was go and try and find some ammo to put some shots into it. But I don't want to venture too far forward because we don't want to attract all the shooters and stuff like that. What I am going to do is I'm going to run this in here and then ping the zealot to go get a heal, so she can heal up and make sure she doesn't die. I'm not quite sure where our snail is. I don't know if he's gotten lost, but I will take the reprise that he's been giving us just to try and get some ammunition. So in that situation where the bosses come in, on certain difficulties there's always going to be specials that spawn as well. And if you play Vermintide 2, you'll know the specials, their pure purpose is to cause anarchy in already a stressful time. A boss comes and everyone gets a bit scared and then decides to bomb the boss, realising they don't want to die to the boss. But what kills most people is actually the bombers, the shooters, and everything else that comes along with it. I'm being real stingy on ammo, and I'm going to try. We're going to go special hunting here. I can't get all of them due to the fact that that Beast of Nurgle's coming. But in my head here, I know we can kite the Beast of Nurgle, and we've got a Thunderhammer Zealot. So my biggest worry is getting rid of the Reaper. The Reaper's the thing that's going to screw with us. I don't know if this is still liking me. No, it seems to have a bone to pick with the Ogre, but as you can see, my damage is not insane. I'll put that, but that was pretty much a waste. These are the things I'm talking to you about. There's no need for me to put that ammo in. I'll stagger him like that, and then I'm going to grab more ammo here. But this is what I mean. You see in these extremely ammo-hungry teams, you know, I'm literally just trying to use ammo purely for making sure that we've got ammo to kill. You know, specials, if I can get up there and I can stagger them once with a shot and then try and kill them. I wish these guys would go back for the medipack, but this I've got to waste the ammo. Because he's got friends. But now we can go grab some ammo. He's dropped the ammo pouch. Everyone was looking a bit on the low side. Leave the zealots deal with them while I'll go top up my ammo. You know, a good ammo box like that, you know, back up to this ammo should deal me all the way for the rest of the map. With dogs, in case you guys don't know the trick, the dogs seem to have extremely good latency, which is a bit of a lie for anyone that's played. The latency of dogs is actually horrendous. Even if you dodge, the dog will always get you. I don't know what game the dogs are playing, but apparently they're playing a better one than us. And that's a bit of a joke. I do enjoy the game. So what you want to do, I don't even risk pushing them. I know some players do. But I will purposely wait round a corner like this one, because the dogs have to come round the corner and then pounce. So wait round the corner and then hit it as he comes round the corner. Put my ability here. But if I'm honest, there's that guy. He is just blowing through Boa. So this is what I mean. You can't always say your team are going to be using their ammo effectively. For anyone using the bolt gun, you really don't want to be just spamming shots like that. And that's a interesting thing to get. Did I just hear a sniper? Yeah. So the biggest threat here is not the Plague Ogre. The Plague Ogre's annoying, but if you know its moveset, it's actually very easy to dodge and tank. Anyone can do it. The biggest problem is all the shooters. Because the shooters, the ragers, everything like that, they're going to be the things that hit you in the back and kill you. The Ogrin, which I will show on another video after this one, has a very simple moveset. He's only got a 3-hit combo that can go through block, and the rest of it you can just dodge. The 3-hit combo does have a bit of a long reach, but it's easily avoidable. We're going to get this recharge done purely because the Zealot and the Veteran could both really do with it. I will double check around here because those guys are using ammo like no tomorrow. So I'll ping ammo for them and keep their ammo up. Certain Ogre weapons are just extremely ammo heavy. And there's the third scripture. Quite nice to find. So, as you see there, Ogrins are not great and easy to kill on this build. A big focus should be, I'd put the focus on Maulers, Ragers, Shotgunners, Gunners, You can deal with those pox bursters, but Ogryns you ideally want to leave. Luckily, if you can play with a pre-made, you've got the likes of a Zealot who deals with the Horde with their Flamer, and then has a Thunder Hammer to deal with the likes of Ogryns and stuff like this. You have to excuse me, I am not used to commentating big long games like this, and it's my first Darktide commentary, but I didn't like sort of how my last build guide for the Bleed build guide just sort of showcased what feats they use and didn't give you sort of any audio concept. So I think I will be redoing that, and like I said, there'll be plenty more build guides out for the more sort of niche weapons. I'm looking forward to getting a good shotgun and then putting a build together with that. I really, even if I take a hit, don't want to let that sniper through. No. The gunner managed to set up. That's a misplay on my behalf. I should have sat behind that line and then just popped out when necessary. So that's the sniper dealt with, and then I know there's a gunner there. And again, I'm letting my ammo run to 0, which really defeats the purpose of the build. So straight away there is a lot of gunners there, and I'm just getting suppressed. So for anyone that's intrigued what the best thing to do here is, either let someone else take the suppression, or step out, wait back, wait to get some toughness back. I'm going to jump down. I never like to leave one person in one area. If one person stays up, I'll try to stay up. But if one person goes down, I'll also go down, because if you split up, it makes it very easy for this game to rip you apart. It's not uncommon for 2 dogs to come, or I've even had 3-4 trappers come on high intensity. It's not uncommon to get hit with these, so it's always best to stay together as a team. There's certain tips that I really suggest learning, and that being teamwork is one of the biggest ones. Now, in games like this, it's always easier said than done, because the game does have times and specials to really try and screw that idea up. A big one being lots of special spawns in a boss. You know, if half your team's worried about the boss, one person's trying to kill specials and the other one's trying to take out hordes, it gets very easy for the person trying to take out specials to get trapped or dogged, and then he's down, and then everyone else is being hit by specials. It's always better just to have a bit more communication. And one thing that does upset me a little bit is obviously this game was developed and designed to stop elf syndrome, which was if in Vermintide 2, if 4 people wanted to be the elf, it weren't happening, and everyone for some reason wanted to be the elf. And they absolutely loved that character. So you'd have loads of lobbies full of Siennas, Salt Spires and Krubers, but with no elf spots left. I know I'm gonna get dogged here, but I didn't want to leave the gunner up. The amount of suppression that can be put on a gunner is unreal. Now let me explain the issue with what he did there. He just wasted 2 clips of ammo purely to try and... Right, there we go. Sorry I had to focus there, because I know I was going to get hit in the back, but I really didn't want to leave a sniper up. And what we go here is go here. Right. So this right here is a bit of a scary situation. We managed to get them up, thank God, and then there's a lot of Reapers. Now I should have knew that a lot of Reapers were going to spawn, because specials spawn on both sides, and I dealt with the gunners but not the Reapers. Now, an issue that I wanted to point out with this veteran. For those using the bolt gun, the spray animation, which is the animation to not aim down sights, is only good if there is a bulwark right in front of you and you want to use it to burst their shield away and then hit them and kill them. Else it just uses way too much ammunition, and a lot of it misses. So if you're trying to hit a dog like that, you know, you had to put 2 clips into knocking that dog off me, whereas if you'd aimed down sight, you could have knocked it off with 1 shot and probably killed it with the 2nd or 3rd. So I do understand using the sort of, you know, multi-hit burst in certain circumstances. You can tell I've not done long commentaries before, but it is always best to aim down sights, because 1, you're more accurate, 2, you're not wasting loads of ammunition. I don't know if you've noticed, but ammo's been very scarce. I don't think there's been a point in this game where there isn't 2 people on ammo. You know, the Flamer's a very ammo-hungry weapon. The Ogren's using his, I always call it the Thumper for people that have played Modern Warfare, but he's using his Grenadier Gauntlet. Sorry, that's not the Thumper, it's the Grenadier Gauntlet, it's the actual knockback, I think it's called. That is the Thumper-like weapon. But the Grenadier Gauntlet, again, huge amounts of ammo expense. The Bolter, when he's spraying, huge amounts of ammo. And, you know, I'm using this as well. But that is the build. A little bit of gameplay to go along, to sort of explain my choices, what decisions I made and stuff like that. But I just hope you enjoyed, and I'll hope to get another one up in the future. And catch you guys tomorrow in another video. Thank you for watching.